today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Gurgaon. In Gurgaon, I'm along the Dwarka Expressway, an expressway that's opened up real estate activity in a large neighborhood. Our tenant today is a consultant staying in a villa. How's life in a villa? What works and what doesn't? Let's meet him. Hi Sushant.
Hi Vishal, welcome.
Good to see you.
Same here. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure. Okay, this is it, huh? This looks big.
Yeah, so this is about 2900 square feet of carpet area.
Okay, 2900 square feet carpet area. Okay, and how many people stay here?
So there are 5 of us, me, my wife, my parents and our 4-year-old daughter.
Okay. So, for people from Mumbai, villa is something, it's only meant for the billionaires. What is it that gets you to stay in a villa project?
Just for context, I've stayed in Mumbai, so I can relate to what you're saying. So essentially the best part is the open space that we have, the garden. And especially during this time, so I think a lot of time is spent of the family in the garden itself.
Okay, this area?
Yeah.
This is in a way like the showstopper.
Yeah. This is the view that I liked when I saw the house, and that's when I finalized the place.
Okay, so tell me, for villa, is there any downside to staying in a villa?
A couple of things come to mind. One is typically you'll have more mosquitoes or insects coming in. So let's say if you're living on a high rise on the 14th floor or the 18th floor, those problems will be a little lesser. Secondly, in terms of sunlight, there is good sunlight, but in a well-built apartment, you'll get sunlight from all directions. So at any point in the day, there will be sunlight at some place of the house.
Okay.
Which is not the case here.
Okay, why Dwarka Expressway? I've been coming to Delhi and Gurgaon for many years, and हमेशा वो हवा होती थी Dwarka Expressway आने वाला है, Dwarka Expressway आने वाला है. I think it took 15-16 odd years to get it done.
Yeah.
Is this area as promising as people made it out to be?
I'm not sure if it may be promising. We do hear a lot of things that are going to happen here in due course of time. But right now I would say it's a marriage of compromise, because we could not get a place like this on Golf Course Road at this price point. So the place, we love the society, we love the amenities here, but in terms of the social infrastructure around, I would not rate it to be the best.
Like what? क्या missing है social infrastructure में ये Dwarka Expressway, along the Dwarka Expressway?
So for example, then in terms of restaurants, cafes, good schools, medical facilities. Medical facilities, I would still say they're still average. You can kind of live with them. But in terms of schools and restaurants, cafes, it's just not there.
मतलब बहुत से घर हैं, पर घर के अलावा ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है.
Yeah, it's coming up, but as we speak today, I don't think it has the requisite level of infrastructure that should be there.
Okay. In this apartment, where do you spend most of your time? You and your family. You said family of 5.
Yeah, Vishal, the room that I use the most is this one. This is a home office. So I work from home about 3 to 4 days in a week, and so I spend a lot of time in this room.
Okay. This is a good sized bedroom.
Yeah, so essentially it's a bedroom. We've converted it into a study, and it has a good view of the lawns.
Was there a viewpoint you had that because you do work from home for most parts of the week, एक room तो चाहिए office के लिए?
Yeah, of course that was in mind. So we wanted one room which would not be otherwise usable, because here, so when during the day, like nobody else can practically use it because I have calls etc. going on all through the day.
Okay. And this is a nice couch to relax between your calls, I'm guessing.
Yeah, sometimes if a call is not happening, I want to do work on my own, I take a break and sit here.
Okay. This has a washroom as well.
Yeah.
Now coming from Mumbai, I always feel poor when I come to markets like NCR and Bangalore and see the home sizes.
We come from a small city in Punjab, so this actually feels more congested to the place back home. But it's comfortable nonetheless.
So, what is there a factor that because you're from a place like Punjab where people live in houses and not apartments, when you're looking for a house, you fell in love with this pretty quickly?
Not really. I think at least I personally am open to the idea of apartments. I've lived in a couple of apartments in Gurgaon before and in Mumbai. So here also I was looking for an apartment, but I just could not finalize the place. And I happened to look at this place, and I really loved the view. The landscaping that they've done is really good. So I thought, why not?
So how many homes did you see before you finalized on this one?
I looked at a couple of projects on Golf Course Road, but I couldn't get the right value equation there. So then I came to the Dwarka Expressway. I looked at Experience Winchant, which is an apartment nearby. But then I liked this a lot more, so I ended up finalizing this.
So what's the value for money equation over here like?
So if you compare it to the more sought after pockets in Gurgaon, let's say the Golf Course Road or DLF Phase 2, Phase 3, right? Phase 4 rather. Potentially a similar kind of a house would be twice the rent that we pay here.
So how much is the rent here?
So we end up paying 90,000 for a month here.
You're saying in those locations it will be close to 2 lakhs?
Yeah, for a house like this, where you have a garden to yourself, there's a backyard and an area like this, and we have a basement as well. So it's a 4 BHK with a big basement and lawns behind and at the front. So
Okay.
yes.
So then, okay, so value, that's what you mean by value, right? You're paying 50%
Absolutely.
of the value of a premium area over here for the same sort of property.
Yeah.
The only difference is location.
Yeah, and the builder is category A in terms of maintenance, in terms of how the society is run. So it's comparable to living in a DLF or a top-notch builder. So no complaints there.
How different is living in an apartment versus a villa? Is that now what you want to always be in? You have stayed in both now, so you know the comparison.
Not really. Probably the next one might be an apartment again, because in terms of villas, there's the options in Gurgaon are a lot fewer, and I think we would like to optimize for our daughter's school and move closer to the mainstream Gurgaon around Golf Course Road, Golf Course Extension. I don't think we can really pay up for a villa there, so we'll end up going for an apartment.
Okay. Tell me, Sushant, for you, how important is Dwarka Expressway as a project?
I think it's a game changer for not just me, everyone in the region. One, I think it has opened up a lot more supply and hence kept the prices moderate. Second, I think like for us living here, with the opening of the Dwarka Expressway, Delhi has become a lot more accessible. There are a couple of connections that are still pending. It will become a lot better, but it has certainly improved from the time we moved in here.
Like, what's your commute time like now? Like now versus earlier?
Yeah, so
because of the expressway.
Yeah, so let's say if I want to go to Chanakyapuri, so it takes 40 minutes now. Earlier it would have taken around 1 hour.
So 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So would you say that's a game changer as such? 1 hour to 40 minutes?
I mean, since we don't have a lot of places around, so we tend to do that on more frequency. So it helps a little. Yeah, maybe game changer is an exaggeration, but it certainly helped.
Okay. But for your social outings, you go on the Delhi side more than the Gurgaon side?
Yeah, we end up going to Delhi all the time.
Why is that? Why not Gurgaon? This is part of Gurgaon, right?
Yeah, this is part of Gurgaon, but Delhi feels, I don't know, like I like the Delhi vibe a lot more. There's a heart to the city. Gurgaon is all, it's very recent and there's just a lot of flashy infrastructure, but you don't get a lot of greenery, or the civic infrastructure is not all that great.
Now that Sushant, you've tasted both apartment and villa, fair for me to say that villa will be your preference going forward, even if it's an inferior location?
Not really. I wouldn't say there is a obvious advantage of living in a villa. There are some positives, there are some negatives, but I would optimize more in terms of the overall experience that I get. Honestly, this was not a call on a villa. This was a call on the society, the landscaping. Had I gotten a similar option in an apartment, I would have taken that as well.
Okay. So here, what's the vibe like in terms of profile of people that are living here? What do they do?
So it's a mixed crowd, like every place. There are few corporate professionals, but not too many. There are few people who own businesses. There are few people in the aviation industry. The reason they choose this place is because it's going to be quite near to the airport, and it becomes like a natural location for them to choose.
Okay. Okay, this thing is your living and dining room and the bedroom behind. This will be what, the kitchen?
Yeah, this is the kitchen.
Was the kitchen sort of a factor in selection of this place? It's a good size kitchen, yeah, and the utility area is, well, means, as I said, I always get charmed by the sizes of the kitchens and the bedrooms of NCR.
Yeah, so I think it's a decent size, but yeah, my wife and mom would say that a bigger kitchen would be better, but yeah.
Well, yeah, enough is never enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And all this stuff at home, furniture provided to you by the apartment owner, you bought it, you rented it, what's this?
No, we bought it. So this place just came with the lights and everything else put together.
And you got this apartment through what? Broker, online website?
I got it through a broker. Yeah.
How's the experience of dealing with brokers in markets like Delhi and Gurgaon? Means people in Mumbai, we keep reading about the nefarious tactics that are done in NCR.
I think NCR would be one notch higher than that.
Oh, is it?
Oh, of course. But I think with time you'll...
Like what? Give me an example as to what happens.
I think it's like when you're renting, probably the stakes are a lot lower because, you're not really putting a lot of money up front. But there are a lot of mis-selling practices. People would tell you, they would commit certain level of amenity, a certain level of, furnishing in the house, and then, typically in terms of the commission that they want, they try and maximize it. But I think it's fine, you can work around that.
How much is the typical brokerage rate over here that you had to deal with?
So I ended up paying, I think, 15 days. So typically at that point, I think, if you're it's more the absolute amount. It's almost like a flat fee kind of a structure. If you're paying, like, let's say if the rent is 30, 35, 40K, then it's mostly 1 month, they would not negotiate. But if it's slightly higher, you can negotiate. So I ended up, the guy was nice enough to agree on 15 days commission.
Okay, so this thing covers your living and dining area. Up ahead will be your first bedroom.
Yeah, this is the main bedroom. This is the biggest of the 4 bedrooms that we have.
Okay. And this is used by?
Used by me, my wife, and my daughter.
Okay.
This also opens, you can draw out the curtains and there's a backyard.
Okay. And you must be getting good light over here.
Not really. So sunlight is not all that good. Like, this is one of the differences that I was speaking about in terms of an apartment versus a villa. So in a typical apartment, you will get sunlight at least one point in the day in every bedroom.
Okay.
But it's not the case here.
Was your wife and family as enthusiastic about this rental deal as you were?
Yeah, I think all of us really like the view, and that's like the main thing for us. And my daughter actually stays outdoors all of winter. So she'll go out in the morning around 10 when the sun is out, and she'll be back by 5. So I think it was the perfect place for her, for sure.
Okay. And this will be your bathroom area, right?
Yeah.
Healthy size again. Okay, this thing covers your master bedroom.
Yeah.
Up it will be the remainder of your
So we have 2 more bedrooms. One is used by my parents.
Okay.
So my mother is sleeping here. I think probably will not disturb her.
Okay, sure.
This is the guest room.
Okay. Do you have guests that come often?
Yeah, every now and then. I would not say we have guests all the time, but yeah.
Has your social life been impacted to a large extent because you shifted to an area like along the Dwarka Expressway, which is not...
I wouldn't really say that because, the kind of people we kind of socialize with limited set of people who are very close. Then it does not matter. We don't like socialize with hundreds of people, and that being in the center of the city makes a difference.
Okay. This also is a good sized room and a lot of storage area that I can see.
Yeah.
Okay, this room done. This will be what? A bathroom?
Yeah, this one is not attached, so this acts as a powder room as well for the living room, and a washroom for this bedroom.
Tell me, is this actually like a villa because this in a way is like it's like an apartment, right? One floor, you have your 4-bedroom space. The villa part is just basically the garden that comes through.
In the garden, and there's one more place I want you to see, which makes it different from a typical apartment.
Okay. What is that?
So we have a large basement here.
Okay.
Which
Basement.
gives us the flexibility to store a lot of stuff.
Okay.
We've not used it all that well. Some
Okay.
people have made
Basement
it.
is here?
No, it's
Okay,
here.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly do that. It's big space.
Yeah.
You can play table tennis over here without much of a fuss.
And we've actually played cricket here. My friends were over at home, and the society did not allow us to play it in the lawns outside, so we ended up playing here.
Okay, nice. Okay, so this is the basement area. This is what in a way makes it a villa, right? Anything that really makes this villa ecosystem stand out for you?
That has to be the common, the landscaping and the greenery outside. We absolutely love it.
Can we check that out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's do that then. Sushant, this is what you were telling me about, the entire landscape area.
Yeah, and so Vishal is also, because of it being a villa project, the density is quite low. So the outside areas actually feel very personal. So we love the landscaping here, there are a lot of birds around, the trees are very well maintained. And then there's a kids park as well, which is very useful for us because our daughter loves going there. So invariably she ends up going there every day.
Are there other amenities over here that you use? Like the more common amenities I keep seeing now, like this pool, gym, sports court, tennis court. But I don't know how many people use them actually.
Yeah, so I think they are a must-have today in most apartment buildings, but we end up using them once in a month or maybe twice. But that's not the highlight for us. The highlight for us is the landscaping and the outdoors.
One of the other things that I noticed over here while we were coming out is the frequency of flights that come up over here. Is the noise sort of a big issue?
Yeah, it is if you're outside, but I think we've gotten used to it. So I think in this area, which is near to the airport, I think it's an issue probably in the 10-20 kilometer radius. Can't help that.
What next for Sushant? What's his game plan? Are you a renter who wants to become a buyer, or are you a perpetual renter?
I'd like to be a perpetual renter because the equation just doesn't make sense. The rental yield here is 1%. Agree on the asset appreciation part, but I'm more of a public markets or an equity person. So
You said rental yield over here is 1%.
Yes.
So what will be the value of this property?
So this property will be upwards of 8 to 9 crores.
For which you have paid 90,000 rupees there.
Correct.
Okay. On that note, Sushant, thank you for coming on the Tenant. From an apartment home to a villa home, you clearly like the villa, but like you said at the start, that it's not, everything is not great with villas. They have the cons as well.
Absolutely.
Good luck for your journey going forward.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time.
Glad to be here. Time for the report card. This is a villa of 2,800 square feet in a gated community of villas. Location, this is Dwarka Expressway. Location that's emerging because of one big expressway done. It's got a lot of residential projects, but in terms of social infra, lacking heavily. Connectivity both to Gurgaon as well as Delhi. It's sound because of the expressway and road transport, but otherwise, in terms of rail transport or metro transport, the options are negligible or non-existent. All in all, if you're a person that works from home, wants to live in the villa experience, has private transport at the disposal, is willing to pay a handsome budget, this is a sort of location and project that can be considered. Are you looking for the perfect home? Stop looking around, scan the QR code and explore from thousands of rental properties, read resident reviews and make an informed decision with 99acres.com.